you. So welcome everyone. For anyone who doesn't know me, I am Angela, and I am our playlist today. I decided we were going to do if you choose to do it, a summer playlist since it's so gorgeous and we've had these incredible bonus days all weekend. So if you'd like that, feel free to go ahead and play the music. We're going to start out in a child's pose. In your child's pose, just giving yourself the time to really settle in. When you get down there, just feeling that sensation on your fingers, your head, your knees. Just taking a moment, just allowing yourself to use this as a 1 hour break from reality. There's a chance to let everything go. We'll start out with 3 big cleansing breaths to signal the body that it's time to shift gears. Inhale through the nose, filling up the chest, filling up the belly, feeling the spine rise. Exhale, letting it go. Another inhale, breathing in more air. And exhale, letting go. One more big inhale. And sipping in just a little bit more air. And exhaling it out. Maybe already feeling a little bit of shift in the body, maybe a little bit more softness. And if it's available, we'll try to breathe through the nose to practice using our Ujjayi breath to heat up the body, to inhale through the nose, pulling the breath in through the back of the throat, across the spine, all the way to the tailbone. With the exhale, releasing the breath, letting it cross the spine, and exit through the nose. And giving yourself a few rounds to settle into this breathing. As we exhale, starting to walk hands over to the right corner of your mat, maybe off your mat, maybe not. Just feeling a little bit of release in the left side of the body. Coming through center on the inhale. Exhaling the hands over to the left. And breathing in through the right side. Maybe letting go of some restrictions. And coming back through the center. Knowing that this child's pose is always here for you at any time during practice, knowing you don't need an invitation. We'll start to draw the hands under the shoulders, rising up to tabletop, bringing the knees about hip width apart. Inhaling to cow. Just pausing here for a moment, really feeling the cow, plugging into the fingers, feeling the tops of the feet pressing into the mat. As you exhale, drawing the belly up for cat. Letting the head gently drop down. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Giving yourself 5 rounds to really explore and play. Draw energy and breath into any area that's calling. Using any extra movements or shapes. Finishing your last round, we'll pause in tabletop. Taking the right hand in front, palm in, and the left leg behind, foot flex. Trying to level the hips so that they're parallel to the mat. So we exhale, hugging elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. One more exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. As we plant the right hand, we're going to take the left foot over, across the right. Maybe leaning the hips a little bit to the left if you'd like to deepen the sensation across the left side of your body. Bringing the knee up and over, setting it on the mat. We'll take left arm in front and right leg. As we exhale, hugging into center. Inhale, extend. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. One more exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, extend. Setting left hand down, drawing that right foot over, setting the toe on the mat or the floor. Maybe you want to sink that right hip just a little bit more to the right if that feels good. Coming back to center. We'll rinse it out by one more cat-cow. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Coming to tabletop, tucking the toes, and as you exhale, come back to our first down dog. Taking care to set up, maybe adjusting the feet and the hands a little bit. It can feel nice to add movement here, maybe bending one knee at a time, rocking the hips side to side. And some people like to rock from a plank to a down dog. It's kind of finding and feeling out what you need today. So we're in this down dog, almost feeling like you're drawing the kneecaps up toward the hips, or engaging the quadriceps, helping to support the body, to create a little bit more stability. Start to tiptoe the feet to the top of the mat for right dog. Bringing the feet about hip width apart. You can hold on to elbows, or you can let your arms hang loose, or even clasp hands behind your back. Maybe rocking side to side, swaying. Releasing the hands, letting the feet walk together. As you root into the feet, inhale, rising to mountain pose. Letting the hands clasp at the top. And keeping the index fingers pointed up. We're going to bend to the right. Inhale through center. Exhale, bending left. We'll take that one more time. Exhale, bending right. Option to step the left foot behind if you want a little bit more length. Inhale through center. Exhale, bending left. Maybe stepping that right foot behind. And coming back to center. Bringing hands to your heart. And just pausing here for a moment to set an intention for your practice. Next inhale, sweeping arms up to mountain pose. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, stepping back to high plank. Really drawing the heels back, drawing the head forward, and drawing the core up. With elbows bent, lower down halfway to chaturanga or all the way to the mat. We're coming to tops of the feet. Inhale, rising cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We'll be moving through our Surya Namaskar in one breath per movement, knowing you can take this at your own breath pace. Just using me as a general guide. Easing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. And folding forward on the exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Easing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking this one more time through. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, step or hop, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a moment here, a breath cycle to reset. Evaluate how you're feeling, whether it's a day to play your edge, whether it's a day to soften. And so we gaze forward on the inhale, bending into the knees, up on the toes. Exhale, step or hop to the top. Keeping the hips down. Inhale, coming to chair pose. If you sink into chair, you can make any adjustments. Sometimes a little bit wider stance can be easier on your knees and on your back. And sometimes the hands reaching up don't feel good and you want them at your heart or a wide Y or a V. As always, trusting that you know where you need to be. Just want to make sure that most of the energy, the weight is into the heels. Our next exhale, we'll release, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands. Step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg on the inhale, straight leg, drawing that heel up and back. Exhale, stepping forward, warrior two. Back foot spins so it's perpendicular to the front. And that front heel is almost bisecting your arch. Just taking a moment, this warrior two. Feeling the hips opening, reaching the hands to the front and back of your space. And flipping the palm up, inhale, reverse warrior. That hand can rest on your leg or it can tuck behind your back. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling left leg. Exhale, warrior two. We're really mindful of the knee. We want to keep it stacked above the ankle or a little behind it, and keeping it from collapsing in. With the palm flipping up as we reverse our warrior, knowing you can direct your gaze up at your hand, or you can look at your back foot. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to move through the Surya Namaskar B, our Sun B series, one breath per movement. You can always leave out that chaturanga and up dog. You can add in a push up during chaturanga, or take it as I cue it. So gaze forward on the inhale, exhale, separate hop to the top of the mat. Coming to our chair for just 3 breaths. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant hands, step or hop back, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhaling left leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Left leg up lifts on the inhale. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, cartwheel hands, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Coming through 2 more times on your own, and then we'll meet in a child's pose. When you finish, this is always a great time to take a drink as well. Just getting to touch with your breath and your energy level, knowing if it's time to bump it up or bump it down. And the next couple of breaths, we'll find your way back to a down dog. Maybe noticing how the heat has already made your hamstrings maybe a little bit looser. As we plug into the hands, gripping the mat with the pads of the fingers, we'll inhale the right leg behind, bend the knee, open the hips, be circling the hip or the knee or the ankle. Inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, coming to low lunge, right foot steps between the hands. We're going to plant the left hand in the mat. Extending the right arm up, taking a low lunge twist. That left knee can always be on the mat as well here. And bringing the right hand down, we're going to bring the left knee down, coming into a low lunge, a runner's lunge. You can bring both hands inside the right foot, staying on tall arms or coming down on forearms. It depends on how your hips are feeling. There's no right way or wrong way or easy or hard way. It all just depends on the experience and the sensation in your hips. Coming to tall arms if you're not there. I'm going to toe heel, the foot to the center, finding a half split. And walking the hands back so they're about in line with the kneecap. So you flex the right foot, hinging at the hips, and trying to get the experience of sensation in the back of your leg instead of your low back. Bend into the right knee, planting the hands, tucking the back toe. Rising up to crescent lunge. Opening warrior two. As we find Trikonasana, triangle pose, straightening the right leg. Shifting the hips back as you reach the right hand forward and planting it on your leg, your ankle, your foot, the mat. Really keeping the core hugging in to protect your back. As we inhale, we'll reverse our warrior, bending deeply in the right knee, arms sweeps overhead. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take your vinyasa or step back to down dog. From our down dog, inhaling left leg, bending the knee, opening the hip. If you like the circling, maybe finding. We'll straighten the leg. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left knee, right elbow. Inhale, extend. Exhale, the lunge. The left foot steps forward. Planting the right hand, left arm reaches up. Finding a little twist. And finding a nice straight line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. And planting the left hand down, coming into runner's lunge. So right foot, right knee meets the mat. Scooting that left foot out a bit. Both hands inside the left knee. Again, here you may want to stand tall arms. You may want to come to forearms. You do not have to do what you did on the other side. As we come back to tall arms, we'll start to walk the left foot to the center, finding our half split. The hands walking back. Bending into the left knee, planting hands on either side, tucking the back toe, rising up to crescent lunge, opening up warrior two as we come into Trikonasana. The left leg straight, rocking the hip back, and finding that nice expansion from fingertip to fingertip. And here you can direct your gaze wherever it feels good. Maybe up at your hand, maybe down at your foot, maybe somewhere between. And inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa or step back to down dog. Gazing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Coming to our chair pose. I'm just going to face you so you can see what we're doing next. Maybe a little bit more core. So in your chair, you're going to bring the hands to heart center. And we'll take this 3 times on each side. So we're going to open up so the right hands go to the right, left leg goes to the left, so we're making a diagonal. Coming back to center, we'll take it 2 more times on this side, really kicking on into the obliques. Back to center. 1 more time on this side. Back to center. We'll take the second side. Hands left, right leg comes out to the right. Coming to center. Inhale, extend. Coming to center, 1 more. Standing. And coming back to center. So we exhale, we're gonna twist right, looking elbow over knee, hands at heart center. You're gonna rock the weight into the right foot, stepping the left foot back for a lunge. You can step it directly back, or you can come into flamingo on your way back, just finding a momentary balance. Letting those left toes meet the mat. Opening the arms toward the ceiling. Using the core and squeezing the inner thighs together. I'm going to open up, rise up to an open twist. So we have crescent legs, twisting open to the right. As we inhale, we're going to spiral around to warrior two. Coming into our extended side angle. Right forearm comes to right thigh. Left arm reaches overhead. See if you can feel the outer edge of the left foot as it meets the mat. Notice that right arm, making sure it's not completely resting on the right leg. Inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands, take a vinyasa, or step back to down dog. Gazing forward on the inhale, exhale, step or hop to the top of the mat. Coming into our chair pose. This time we'll come into drinking bird instead of doing the diagonals. We're going to pop up on the toes, sweeping the arms behind. You draw the belly up to protect your lower back, drawing the gaze forward just about a foot in front of your mat. Heels coming down, arms coming forward. And bringing hands to your heart. So we'll twist left. Coming into that prayer twist. Rocking weight into the left foot. As we step the right foot back, again, you can step directly back, or you can float the leg for a moment before touching the toes down. Letting the arms open, floor to ceiling. Just draw everything to center. We're going to rise up to our open crescent twist. We'll spin open, warrior two. Facing the opposite side of the mat. Find your extended side angle. Always trying to keep light contact between the arm and the leg. And create the longest length you can along the side body on the right. The inhale, reversing your warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa. Step back to down dog. Inhale the right leg. Exhale, crescent lunge. We're going to sweep the arms behind, pressing the weight into the right foot, finding airplane. Balancing on the right foot. I'm trying to keep at least a little bend, if not more, on that right leg to protect the knee. We'll step the left toe back, crescent lunge. Opening to warrior two. And as we take our extended side angle, this time the option to go many directions, whether you'd like to take a bind, flipping that palm behind, resting it in the small of your back for a half bind or full bind. Maybe you want to work on core extending that bottom arm out in front of you. You found yourself bound, releasing the bind. Inhale, rising up, pivoting to the left side of the mat for goddess, scooting the heels in, toes out, sinking down, creating that nice flat back. Arms can come to that cactus shape, or they can come to your heart. One more breath here. Inhale, rising up to star. Pivoting to the back of the mat. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa or step back to down dog. Inhaling left leg. Exhale, crescent lunge. We'll sweep the arms behind, airplane them behind, rocking the weight into the left foot as we launch, taking flight. Just finding a focus somewhere on the mat, down below your nose. Carefully stepping back, opening warrior two. Finding our extended side angle. Really exploring what your body needs on the side. Maybe it needs a little bit more, maybe it needs a little bit less, maybe it's the same thing. Just feeling both feet equally rooted to the mat to give you a little bit of stability. Feet to a bind, releasing the bind. Inhale, rising up, coming to a 5-pointed star. So we take goddess, maybe exploring something different. Maybe lifting heels up, or maybe taking a side bend, side to side. With the heels on the mat, rising up to star, pivoting to the front of the mat, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel hands. Take a vinyasa, or step back to down dog. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, super hop to the top of the mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to mountain pose. Letting the hands clasp at the top. Gonna take the side bends again like we did at the opening of class. Bending right. Maybe finding a little bit more length, maybe taking that step behind with the left foot. We just get so few opportunities in our normal daily life to really stretch the side body. Coming back to center on the inhale. So we exhale, we'll bend left. Back to mountain pose, bringing hands to heart. Gonna root in to the left foot, bringing the right foot up for tree pose. And you can plant on your thigh, on your calf, on your ankle. You can kickstand it in the mat. Finding your focal point. Really embracing any sensations you find. Any challenge is really giving you the opportunity to grow. We'll draw the right knee to center. We're going to come into warrior three or airplane. The big difference is the hands are either reaching forward for warrior three, they can come to your heart, or they can reach behind for airplane. We'll be here for just a couple breaths. And then stepping back, crescent lunge. Opening warrior two. Finding humble warrior. I'm going to take the hands behind the back. Maybe a strap or towel would be handy here. With the inhale, drawing the fist down, gazing up, rolling the shoulders open. And the exhale, sinking down inside the left knee. The hands can float up off your hips if that feels good, or they can rest there. Releasing the hands, coming back to warrior two. Setting up for half moon. You may want a block or a water bottle or any prop under the left hand, about a foot out in front and to the side. When you're set, planting that left hand on the mat or your prop, starting to stack the hips. The right arm can either draw up toward the ceiling. Sometimes it feels better if balance isn't quite right to rest on your hip. I always like to flex the foot on my floating leg. It makes everything feel just a little bit lighter. And one more breath here. Step back to warrior two. Pivoting to the right side of the mat for Prasarita. So hinge at the hips, folding down. Feeling that release, the cooling, the extension across the back of your legs. Finding yourself to tall hands. We're going to walk the hands to the front of the mat, stepping the right foot forward, coming into Malasana for just a moment. Heels in, toes out, feet wide. Draw your elbows inside of your knees, creating just a little bit more space in the hips. Maybe a little bit of rocking. We'll be here for just a moment. Planting the hands on the mat, toe heel and the feet together. Rising all the way up to mountain pose. And settling hands at heart center. I'll take tree on the second side, so as you root into the right foot. That left foot comes up, planting on your right leg. Pushing the foot into the leg and the leg back into the foot, almost like they're glued together. And finding your focal point. Noticing all the points on the mat under your foot. And noticing the sensation of your foot sinking into the mat. And start to swing the left knee in, setting up for warrior three or for airplane. Finding wherever you need to be, wherever it gives you a little bit of stability, but a little bit of challenge. And stepping back, crescent lunge, opening, warrior two. So we come into our humble warriors, the hands gather behind the back. Inhale, gazing up. Exhale, lowering the head, lowering the shoulder. Breathing into the hips. Releasing the hands, coming back up to warrior two. And preparing for half moon. Gliding forward, letting the right hand plant. The left hand can reach toward the sky, can rest on your hip. One more breath here. Stepping back to warrior two. Pivoting toward the right side of the mat for Prasarita. Maybe the hands clasped behind the back if you'd like to open the shoulders more. And lower down. Just feeling that little rush of softness. Maybe cooling. planting the hands under your shoulders. And take just a little twist, planting the right hand underneath your nose, left hand reaches up. Really finding the twist coming from upper back, middle back. And switching sides, left hand plants, right hand reaches up. Planting the hand on the mat. We're going to walk the hands to the top, stepping the left foot forward, coming back into Malasana. So here, playing around with an arm balance. If you have any arm balance you'd like to take, go there. I'm going to cue crow. And any progression, any step of crow is a great place. Starting out with hands on the mat in front of you, about a foot, shoulder width apart. Placing knees on your triceps. And starting to lean in the knees onto the triceps. And that's a great way to build strength. If you'd like to take it further, drawing that gaze about a foot in front of you. Picking up toes, maybe one foot or the other, maybe both. And thinking cat back. Rounding that upper back up toward the ceiling, drawing the belly in. And when you've had enough, coming into a child's pose. Maybe getting a drink of water. We'll come back to down dog. Hands planted, hips rising up. Inhale the right leg behind, bending the knee. As we stack the hips, you can stay here, letting gravity help to peel the hips open. Or you can flip your dog, stepping the right foot over to the left. Floating up your heart, reaching your hand and head to the front of your space. Returning back to three-legged dog. Exhale, drawing knee in, fallen star. The right foot shoots out to the left. Left hand reaches up. Coming back to our three-legged dog. As we enter half pigeon, exhale, drawing right knee to right wrist. Extending, straightening the left leg behind. Starting on tall arms. When you're ready, starting to fold over the shin. And if this doesn't agree with your knee, coming to your back to a figure four is a great option. Really letting that breath enter the deep reaches of your hip, almost like a magnet for stress. We store so much stuff in our hips. And just visualize your exhale expelling anything that you don't want to be carrying. Bring the hands back under the shoulders, tucking the left toe, extending the right leg, and placing it down onto the mat. Inhaling left leg. As you bend the knee, open the hip. You can flip your dog on the side. You can keep the hips stacked, going where you need to go. So we inhale, turning to three-legged dog. Coming into our fallen star. Left knee comes in, shoots out to the right. Right hand reaches up. Turning the right hand, extending the left leg. And entering our half pigeon. Taking time to find the right placement. Making sure your shin angles in so that it's being kind to your knee. Starting to bring the hands under the shoulders. Extending the left leg. And coming back to down dog. Lowering the knees to the mat. I'm gonna walk the hands back toward the knees. So we set up for gate pose. Starting out on tall knees. I'm gonna start out by extending the right leg. And you want that foot so it's parallel to the edge of your mat, to the top edge of your mat. So we inhale the arms up. And the exhale will bend right. So right hand can rest on right thigh or right shin. So that left arm reaches overhead. You can gaze up or you can gaze down at your foot. We'll return up on our inhale. Exhale, left hand plants, and the right hand reaches overhead. You can find this nice long stretch, or you can lift that right leg up, capturing the foot. If you'd like to open more across the chest. As you release, if you caught the foot, planting both hands in front of you. Keeping the right hand planted. We're going to come into threading the needle. To inhale the left arm up. Exhale, sending that hand under that space that your right arm has created. Sending your shoulder, your temple on the mat. If this is too intense on your hip or your knee, you can bring your knees parallel, both knees on the mat. The right hand can stay on your shoulder, it can reach forward. Rooting into the right hand, we'll release. Both hands on the mat, we'll bring the right knee in. Coming up to tall knees. We'll take this on the second side, the left foot out, plant it on the mat, inhaling the arms up. As we exhale, bending left. Really feeling that nice release on the right side of the body. Rising up, planting the right hand as the left hand reaches overhead. Again, on this side, you can stay here or you can lift that left leg, capturing the foot. If you capture the foot, kicking the foot into the hand to create a little bit more opening. Releasing the foot if you caught it. Lower the left hand, walking both hands into the center, so we're facing the long edge of the mat. Threading the needle, right arm comes up. As we exhale, sending that hand left, resting the shoulder and the temple onto the mat or onto a block. Drawing the hands in, coming out, bringing both knees to the mat. We'll just pivot the top of the mat, sitting on the heels, sweeping the legs around. With your feet planted on the mat, knees bent, with control, lowering your back down, come into bridge pose. We'll be taking 2 bridges, any way you'd like. I'm going to cue it with one leg lifted each time. As you press the feet into the mat, pulling the shoulders under, clasping hands. If you're going to take the one-legged, extending the right leg up. Feeling the bulk of the effort in the left leg and the left glute. And then releasing the foot down, unclasping hands. Maybe the knees sway side to side. And setting up our second bridge. Lifting the hips up, drawing shoulders under. Lifting the left leg up if you took that variation. Feeling the strengthening on the right side. Releasing, coming down, giving your knees a little hug. Maybe you rock side to side. And extend the legs up toward the sky. And just a little bit more core. We're going to try to keep the legs where they are. We're going to reach the fingers toward the toes. We'll start by pulsing to the center for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands to the left for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both hands right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lying down. Coming into an inversion. You can stay here in candlestick. If you have a different inversion you prefer, feeling free to go there, whether it's shoulder stand or handstand. Wherever you are, you're getting the same incredible benefit of letting the lymph drain, easing the return of the blood flow to the heart. Just taking a little bit of weight and effort off of the feet. If you found yourself in your shoulder stand, coming to plow on the way out. And if you took a head or handstand, you may want to take over your child's pose. As you find your way back to the mat, giving your knees a hug. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side. I'm reaching for feet or for ankles, for happy baby. And drawing the knees towards your armpits. Maybe rocking a little bit side to side. As you release your feet, placing them on the mat. Coming into Supta Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet melt together. Knees open out to the side. And create a diamond shape overhead with your hands, reaching overhead, fingers touching. You can rest your hands on your torso, maybe on your heart or your belly. Just feeling a nice ease, releasing that Ujjayi breath. And your body take up a little bit more space on the mat. Gently drawing the knees together as we prepare for Shavasana. And extend legs long, heels in, toes out, maybe tucking the shoulders under a little bit. And letting everything completely soften onto the mat. Starting to bring awareness to your body. Wiggling fingers and toes. Rolling out wrists and ankles. You inhale, extending your arms over your head. Drawing in a fresh breath, taking a full body stretch. As you bend your knees, rolling over to one side. Resting your head on your arm. And letting your breath start to deepen. And letting your awareness start to deepen. And slowly finding your way up to a comfortable seat. I'd like to share this with you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you have. Make sure it's working for you and not against you. And drawing your hands together, raising them up to third eye center, wishing you peace in your thoughts, bringing hands to your lips, wishing you peace in your words, lowering hands to heart center, wishing you peace in your heart. And together, as we bow forward, we seal our practice. Namaste. Thank you so much for coming.